All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Yes, the injuries are piling up for the New York Mets, but that does not mean that they can lay down and mope about it. Now, following yesterday's walk-off win at Citi Field over the St. Louis Cardinals, the Mets took 3 out of 4 from the Redbirds this week as they are still in first place in the National League East with a 7 game lead over the second place Philadelphia Phillies. Now, starting pitcher Max Scherzer was just added to the disabled list with an oblique strain that is expected to sideline him for the next 6 to 8 weeks. Scherzer left the Wednesday night contest early in the sixth inning, complaining of discomfort. And when it was all said and done, after the results came in from the doctor, he was shut down. Now, Scherzer being added to the disabled list just adds to the walking wounded, so to speak, for the Mets, as now 3/5 of their starting rotation is on the disabled list once you factor in Jacob DeGrom and Tyler McGill. Also, catcher James McCann is out with a wrist injury, while outfielder Starling Marte is on the bereavement list following the passing of his grandmother. Now, times like this are when you're going to find out what the true character of a team is. And all season long, the Mets have had a next man up philosophy. And to me, that can be attributed to their manager, Buck Showalter. Buck has always been a winner at every stop along the way during his MLB tenure. He knows how to get the best out of his teams, and he always makes sure that his teams are prepared. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the Mets are ready to be a World Series champion this year, but we did see a this same mentality from the Atlanta Braves last year as they dealt with a litany of injuries and they went on to win the World Series. Not saying the Mets are going to win, but nonetheless, you know what? They just have a very tough mentality. The Mets right now, they're 26-14, and they have themselves a working margin in the NL East, especially once you factor in that they have an 8 game lead over the Atlanta Braves, who currently find themselves in fourth place. And for right now, for the Mets, it's all about trying to make sure that you stay afloat. And I think a big reason why the Mets are in this situation is they've known how to take care of their business all season long so far. They've only lost one series that came last weekend against the Seattle Mariners. They got 3 out in Denver this weekend versus the Colorado Rockies, and it's going to be important for the Mets bats to really pick up their pitching staff right now. Then they're in San Francisco for 3 before they come back home next weekend for 3 with the Philadelphia Phillies. And if you're the Mets, hopefully by then you can begin to get some reinforcements back on your lineup. Marte should be back by then, but he was very close to his grandmother. At least that's what the reports are saying. I'm not trying to say that to slight anything about it, but you never know how somebody is going to react like that, especially when you hear the stories that Marte's grandmother was very, very important in the role of raising him. So, let's see how he responds, and he needs all of the time possible to grieve, be with his family, and take care of himself personally. So you never know when he's going to come back and be right. But most importantly, he has to take care of himself first, and baseball naturally will come second. Getting some other reinforcements back from the disabled list sooner rather than later, those guys will be back. But nonetheless, if the Mets can find a way to hold on to first place, even if it's a situation where they only have a 2 or 3 game lead by the time that they should get some more guys back. I think that would be a huge shot in the arm going forward for this team. Guys are just going to have to step up, make do right now. And then also for some unsung heroes, so to speak, this is going to be an opportunity for them to go out there and prove their worth. So we're going to see what this Mets team is made of character wise in the next couple of weeks. And if they can find a way to maintain or hold on to their lead in the National League East, it should pay huge dividends for them going into the remainder of this season. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it will be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. I'm signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.